In one of my Lilith and Scorpio videos, someone asked if Lilith and Scorpio is connected to curses. And I would like to say that there's a tendency to be so due to the karmic of Lilith and Scorpio. So by the end of this, I want to show you how to go through the levels of Lilith and Scorpio to overcome karma, which is connected to curses. Basically, how you break your curses using your Lilith energy. So you need to understand that Lilith is connected to the darker corners of the mind, and this actually works really well when you understand sleeping because Lilith can be evoked in the subconscious where you can access most of the mind. This is why Lilith also rules over things like horror stories and things like that. It's not a feminine energy that's connected to sexuality linearly. It's a feminine energy that evokes the root chakra, which is where the basic need for sex happens. And why is that need there? Well, it's there because we need to feel that power dynamic, and it can be evoked out of Lilith. So when you're understanding Lilith's energy, you're understanding Lilith and Scorpio specifically. You want to look at the lower level, the darkest corners of the mind, which the person will embody really deep, cruel emotions. This energy is someone who has been deeply hurt and does not take the route of healing themselves, but takes the route of getting back at everyone for the part of them that has been hurt. And so this is the karma that has a lot to do with a deep pleasure desire that never is met. And so with Lilith and Scorpio, there is this temptation of impulse control that is generating here out of the darkness. And depending on which direction you go, will depend on the level of basically karma and things like that. So this is a conversation that is difficult to have, but in light of some of the more darker themes that have been hitting Netflix and stuff like that, it's important to see Lilith in the power of her hitting the areas of our minds that go off and kind of twist off. And this is what a curse is. It's the part of you that when you're on a course, you get twisted off into another spiral of direction. That's what a curse is, right? And so you are basically without a course and you're without a cause. So the thing with the curse that you're dealing with Lilith and Scorpio is understanding your tendency to go off into temptation and to ask yourself in those moments, what are those things in need of? Are they in need of feeling like you're in survival and you are protected? Or are they in need of delivering some sort of ache that you do not have and that you have to meet, which usually is in some sort of pleasurable temptation? So it's a deep power that you take from others in the corner of the mind of Lilith and Scorpio. And so to recognize that that need to take is quite often going off course. And the need to be a cause to be on course is going to be something different. So the superior level here is the person who easily discerns the dark side of things and the hidden channels through which evil is spread. I'm getting this information from Astro Esoteric Pro, which I always use for my Lilith resources. So what you're understanding here is that the fight against the dark forces is a necessary fight. And those who choose not to see that there is a need to fight those forces are the ones who perpetuate a cycle of abuse and karma and things like that. And these types of people are the ones who are in the frequency of a curse, because it is a deliberate predictability that you are going to come back to the same emotional state of ache, need, and desire and take it out in any way possible. If you're still with me here, this is why Scorpio could be considered something that's connected to that, because it's fixed emotions, it's fixed water. And therefore, the need to come back and be satisfied by that part of your mind is the parts that are really in need of erotica versus neurotica. Okay. And so you're fighting your inner demon, which actually pulls you into neurotica, and you're regenerating yourself with your erotica, because this actually gives you power. So, how do you tend to the curse? Is to create a nature and relationship to your temptations, and to cultivate a need to be in power for a cause, to be a part of something that turns you on in a very protective way for other people. And this is erotica in its expression of Scorpio and Lilith. So, sex is no longer used as a device, but it is used as a provocation for other people. And so this is about a power connection. So check out my astrology in action course if you're interested. I talk about Pluto, and this is a really good conversation because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, in understanding how to take back your power. Because when you're able to do that, you will actually connect to the highest expression of Scorpio Lilith, which is your need for the darkness to meet the light and to come together with the light for a divine purpose, which is to protect people by empowering people, to help people tap into their own erotica so that you can show them how to protect themselves. So the deep level of Lilith and Scorpio is to find your cause, to help people be empowered. That's it.